I sold for 8 years, and for 8 years, I listed over 20 houses every January.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you for everyone at Icon Coaching.
Simon, congratulations, man. You know what that is?
That's winning.
It's winning, baby. I love it when you're winning. That's fantastic.
I got 2 under contract, so that's like 2.8 million in 2 weeks.
You've got to take control of your production to make sure that you're making more money, your bank account balance is rising, that your net worth is increasing, and that's what we want to see happen.
So that they can save the listing.
Which I'm really, really thankful for, Sean. Thank you.
See everyone coming on board. Welcome to Icon Coaching's webinar. All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Good to see everybody. Hear everybody. There's David. There's Simon. Simon's on the road. Got his Eagle hat on because the Eagles won the other. If the Eagles hadn't won, he wouldn't have that hat on right there. I mean, but,
That's right.
the Eagles win. They look good. They looked really good.
Yeah,
And
it's my team.
so that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. And there's Tracy. Hello, Tracy. How's business going, Tracy? Good?
Yeah, it is. I got a couple of closings this week and I got a listing, and tomorrow I have a listing appointment. So
There you go.
I'm doing it.
We're looking up.
Yeah, it is.
All right. I say let's go ahead and get started. I want to talk to you about a few things. We'll only be a few minutes and or a little while. I mean, more than a few minutes. One of the biggest things about talking to you today is talking to you about December. Okay. December is a very critical month for making sure that you have a great January, February. So I hope that I can convince you today that that over the next 2 weeks, because I'm looking at the calendar, we got this week, second week, third week. So over the next 3 weeks, for about the next 3 weeks is going to be critical to your January, February money. Okay, very critical to your January, February money. And I always knew this, and just so you know, and I think I have told you this, and I want to tell you why. I never listed less than 20 houses any January. I sold for 8 years, and for 8 years, I listed over 20 houses every January. And I got to tell you, that really set me up for February, March, April, and brought in a lot of money in that first quarter. Most realtors, that's their worst quarter. And it's because right now they start slowing down, chugging it down. I mean, they just, it's all the, and this sounds terrible. It's all the family stuff. It's all the Christmas stuff. It's all the Thanksgiving stuff. It's all the turkey. It's all the pies. It's all the festivities. And believe me, I love the lights. I love Christmas. I love going around. I tell you, when I want to go to my happy place, I go to a place called Hobby Lobby, because 3/4 of it is Christmas decorations. And I just go up and down the aisle and feel great. But again, the bottom line is over the next 3 weeks, because after 3 weeks, I can promise you, most everything, and not even your fault sometimes, most everything starts shutting down for at least 2-3 weeks. Okay. So you've got to really make a commitment over the next 2 to 3 weeks to doing. I'm going to give you some suggestions, and I'm going to give you some thoughts of what I did, and it can resonate with you or not resonate with you, whatever you want to do. I made more calls over the first 3 weeks of December than most anytime. I upped my lead generation. I upped my time calling, making calls. And most of the people that I called, they were expireds and for sale by owners. Okay. Expireds and for sale by owners. Because here's what I knew was going to happen during that time. Number one, there are going to be a lot of expireds that come off at the end of the year. but they are coming off right now in December. And I would call the expireds just quite often. And I called a lot of the ones that were in November, October, and September. I called about 3 months back. And undoubtedly, I would get 100 of those, if not more than 100, 150, whatever it was, that would say, call me back first of the year, call me back first of the year, call me back first of the year. I would say, hi, how you doing? This is Rob. I saw your house come off the market in October, and I was just calling to see if anything has changed. Are you planning on putting it back? And half of those people that I called would say, hey, listen, I'm not gonna do anything until after Christmas. You might be hearing some of that right now. I'm not for sure. But again, call me back after the holidays. I'm not gonna do anything during the holidays. Call me back after. Now, you can certainly use a handling objection technique like, look, let me just say this to you. You might want to rethink that. If you really want to sell your house, December is a great time to put it on the market, and let me tell you why. Now, I'm recording this, and if you want the recording, we'll send it right to you if you want to hear this script again. It is because most people are taking their house off the market. Most people are waiting till the first of the year. And all I could say to you is that if you, right now, there's going to be a lot of family that comes in December and visits that are thinking about buying in that area the first of the year. And so they come and look at houses in December, and then they buy in January and February. So you putting your house back on the market or not taking it off the market, or if you're talking to a for-sale owner, listing it with me, I can market it to all these people that would bring buyers in during December. And by the way, your house will look beautiful. At Christmas time, it feels good, smells good, everything is really good. So this is the best time of the year to be able to put your house on the market and maybe even get it sold, first of the year, like in January or February. Because let me just say this to everybody here. A lot of people, and you could say this to them, don't wait till the spring. Don't wait till the first of the year to list it. Because if you wait till the first of the year, most likely it won't sell until the springtime. Okay. And so, and whatever you do, Mr. and Mrs. for sell by owner or expired or seller, don't wait until the spring of the year to put your house on the market. Everybody is waiting till the spring of the year. There will be double, triple, quadruple the houses spring of the year. That's why I'm saying you might want to consider putting it on the market now, because a lot of people are taking their houses off of the market. And when there's a lot of houses on the market, like the spring, the prices go down. Okay. That's when the prices begin to come down. Yes, the buyers are out there. But right now, we might be able to get your price for what you're looking for, because you're not taking it off the market when everybody else is. That's a handling objection. Now back to the aggressive part, the offensive part. You got to call. You got to dedicate yourself for the next 3 weeks. You got to get yourself just a notebook like this. I had probably, and I know this is a lot, I had probably 200 every year. That was my goal, that said, call me back first of the year. I probably had 200. I had 4, 5, 6 pages full of people. Now, I just want to let you know when I called them. I would call them between Christmas and New Year's. Okay? Now, I don't know what you're doing between Christmas and New Year's. But I know that right after Christmas, I wasn't doing a whole lot. I was happy. Most people are happy. Most people, not everybody, but most people are happy. They got what they wanted. They got their Christmas presents. I mean, they're still off from work during that time. Most of them, many of them still take off during Christmas, from Christmas to New Year's, and you can catch them at home. Okay. But the bottom line is that's when you start calling everybody in your notebook. Hey, how you doing? This is Rob Daniel. I know you told me to call you first of the year. I'm calling you back just a little bit before. I don't know if you have time this week to see me, But if not, would January the blank, whatever you want. And I would set up about 30, 35 appointments in January. Many of them, probably 15 of them, half of them came from between Christmas and New Year's. Between Christmas and New Year's. So if you've got a list of people that are saying, call me back first year, 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 whatever you do, call them back between Christmas and New Year's. Again, they're probably not going to give you an appointment during that time, but they will start setting up appointments in January. And that's what you want to do. Get it, load the wagon with appointments in January. Load the wagon, load the wagon. Now, saying all of that, is there any questions about that? Anybody have any thoughts or comments? Okay, all right. Then I hope you're tracking with me. January 1st. You know, this is what I teach and what I preach because I know it's the truth. However many expires, and you can check them out, however many expires that you have coming off in 1 month, that many will come off that one day. For whatever reasons, realtors put the 31st, okay? They put the 31st of December, no matter what, they put the 31st of December as the expiration date. And I tell you what, in my area, the area that I was in when I sold real estate, hundreds came off on that one day. Hundreds. Now, let's talk about January 1st. Most realtors are like all the other people out here. They're having a hangover because they went out and partied and they went out and got all drunk and all jacked up and all messed up. They don't get in till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and they don't do anything on New Year's Day. Okay. For all of you, here was the deal. I didn't do that stuff. Okay. So I would get up early in the morning and I would pull off all the expireds. Okay. And I have all their addresses. Now, I couldn't get to all of them, but I had these packets made up, 8.5 by 11 packets. And I had a whole bunch of stuff stuffed in there. Now, people ask me, even when I tell you what I put in there, people still ask me, well, what did you put in there? I don't know why, but whatever company you're with, okay, you could go on their website and get all their propaganda stuff that says I'm number one, I'm the best, I bet we're la. There's plenty of it on their website. Just print it off. Everybody is number one in something. I don't care if you're in a boutique and you have only 10 agents, you're number one in something. Okay. And so just print off all those things of I'm number one, I'm number one, I'm number one, I'm the best. We do this, we have this training, we have all this, we got this, we can do this for your house, we have a marketing department. Put 5, 6, 8, 10 pieces of that kind of stuff inside of the 8.5 by 11 envelope, along with a handwritten note from you on the top. Now, again, it could be a handwritten note and then you copy it, okay? That just say, and I think you can do handwritten notes on the computer now that looks like a handwritten note, okay? And just print them off. You know, hey, listen, I saw your house come off the market and I was just giving you this packet to show you what our company does. Hey, listen, give me a call and let me talk to you about listing your house or about putting your house back on the market. Or you could just say, hey, listen, if you don't call me, I always put that on the bottom. If you don't call me, don't worry, I'll call you, okay? And I give them my card. And I would have on there, put this on your refrigerator and I'll call you soon. So anyway, I would deliver these to as many as I could around the area. Usually there was, I could deliver, 40 or 50, but I would start at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. 6 o'clock in the morning. And I would just throw it. I'm not door knocking or anything like that. I'm just throwing it up on their step. Okay. That gives me a reason to call back. So I would just deliver that to as many as I could. And then at 11 o'clock, right at 11 o'clock, ding, 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 I would start calling, okay? I would start calling every single one of them that I delivered. I would call anybody and everybody that I could call at 11 o'clock because at 11 o'clock, most of them are getting up, fixing lunch, and getting ready to watch ball games. Okay. I found some that were, still sleepy, all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, people were getting up at that time. And here's the thing. What I found, they were pretty receptive. I always thought they would be ugly or mean or bad or that kind of stuff. But got to tell you, they were absolutely receptive to what I was saying. And that's where I got the other half of my appointments. I would get 15 to 16 appointments from what was going on right then on that one day. All those expires that came off, I would get probably a good 15 appointments then. My best year was 1994, January 1994. Went on 52 appointments and listed 31 houses in 31 days.
1994.
But again, that was my thing, though. You just got to understand that's what I concentrated and mastered: expireds and for sale by owners. And so many for sale by owners. Let me switch just a moment. Many for sale by owners will list the first of the year because they're going to take their house off the market during Christmas. That's what many will. If you call for sale by owners right now, they all are starting to take their house off the market, or they're not going to really market it, or they're not going to let people come over during the holidays. Okay. So many of them are coming off. Many of those will not put their house back on the market for sale by owner. They will go with a realtor. Okay. So if you can really go after those for sale owners right now, that's what I'm saying. Call for sale owners and expireds and old expireds and everybody you can call right now, the next 3 weeks, and get all these people to say, hey, listen, call me back first of the year. Call me back first of the year. Now, you can also call your database and say, who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling the first of the year? Could you can always use the thing that we did in bold whenever we were our first day in bold. Hey, we're running a contest, and I need to get at least 5 referrals by the end of the month. Who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling first of the year? Could you, and you could put that on the voicemail. Okay. You could put that on a voicemail. And I got to tell you, we would, if I had 100 people in a class, we would get somewhere around 300 to 400 referrals in about an hour's time. Because even if you left voicemail, I would be teaching on through the class, and all of a sudden people would get buzzed with a name and number because they left a voicemail early that morning whenever we would call. Guys saying that, hey, I'm in a competition. I need to get 5 referrals by the end of the year. I would love to win. Please, who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling? Let me tell you what that does, okay, for them also. Let me tell you what that does. It also makes them aware. If you do it now, if you start calling this week to your database and doing that to them, it'll make them aware when they're at a Christmas party and somebody comes up and says, hey, I'm thinking about selling my house first of the year. Who do you know? What real estate agent do you know? Hey, I'm thinking about buying a house. I'm thinking about investing in a house. Who do you know? This happens a lot at Christmas parties at the end of the year like this. Okay. And so there's so much you can do between now and I'm looking at the 20th of December. Calling expireds, getting your packets ready, calling old expireds, calling for sale by owners, calling your database, calling all of these people, and then getting your first of the year list. And then, of course, calling them between Christmas and New Year's and setting up appointments in January. See, that was a mouthful, okay? That was a lot. Now, the question is, what do you think about all of that? So I'm going to let you talk for just a moment. You that I can't see either, please come off mute and let me know. Somebody tell me. Give me your thoughts on all that I have said. That's all the people that I called during the next 3 weeks. I was like a wild person. I called sometime 5-6 hours a day. And because, again, I knew it was going to pay off in January. I knew it would pay off in January. Now, for you that don't call at all hardly, and you call 1 or 2 hours, good for you. I was calling 4 hours a day no matter what. that 10 to 2 was always my lead generation time, but I jacked it up to 5 or 6 hours during this time. I just poured gasoline on it. So give me your thoughts on what I have said and tell me what you think. You think it's a good idea? You think it's not a good idea? What do you do during the December time frame?
That
Sounds
is a
like a
good
great
idea.
plan.
Well, we'll start with you, Simon. What'd you say?
Yes, that sounds like a great plan. And, you know, I could work with that towards the end of the month. I have convention next week in Atlantic City, the triple play. We usually slow down in December because it's a slow month, but I like what you're saying to crank it up to get ready for the next year.
Well, right. Go ahead, Simon. You were going to say something else?
Yeah, no, so that's, you know, I mean, it's a good plan. I'll work it at the, between Christmas and New Year's, where I normally take off.
Yeah, I mean, again, and it just Christmas. Just remember, Christmas between Christmas and New Year's, it's just a fact of making appointments for January. You're really calling to make appointments for January, right? And you know, so that's the only reason you call between Christmas and New Year's. But it's all those people that said, "Call me back first of the year" over the next 3 weeks. Alberto, good to see you, buddy.
I were likewise. That is a good idea because many agents stop working. You can see how many people are in this meeting today, you know, and as you said, people are more open to have a conversation because not too much people are making phone calls. So you have better chances to get appointments for January. If you set up the appointments from the next 3 weeks, that's an amazing idea. I know you are crazy all the time. You have beautiful ideas. We need to implement in order to be successful in 2025.
Well, I'm even beginning to look like Santa Claus. Look at that beard right here, man.
I mean, you look good.
By the way, I just you guys, I told you maybe why I'm growing this. I've never grown it this long, and I'm going to do it till the end of December. But Thursday, I'm going to do the thing I've always wanted to do for years and years and years. I'm going out from 10 to 12, and I'm going to ring the bell for Salvation Army. I'm going to have a Santa Claus hat on. I'm going to sing Christmas carols and see if I can get some good donations for the people for Salvation Army there. So I'm going to do that, doing it 3 times.
Post some picture in Facebook. We would like to see it.
Okay.
Do the story, Facebook story or something.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll do a Facebook Live, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's pretty good.
Okay. Again, thoughts about what I have said about December, about the Christmas, between Christmas, New Year's, and about January. Any thoughts on that? Good thoughts? Was those good ideas?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Rob.
Come on, Laura. I see you're about to say something. I can feel it.
Rob, real quick.
It's always uplifting, Rob. Oh, I was just going to say, I like when you said through December 20th, make lots of calls, because I feel like I just need a break to catch up on everything. But then you said, and then call them from Christmas to New Year's and make appointments. But I'm thinking I'd like to make calls now through the 20th, just make plans for January so that I too get my time off to just catch up on all the paperwork and debriefing the year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Rob? All right, perfect. Hey, real quick. So love a lot of the ideas here. Wondering on some best practices maybe for the envelope idea on the doorsteps. Like what do you find that works best for you as far as like logistically speaking? Because in the greater Houston area, we do have like a tremendous number of expireds that come on the 1st. I expect that's only going to get larger on January 1st as well. So kind of sifting through and kind of putting together a plan for that. What do you find that works best for you?
Are you talking about who, or ask that question one more time there, David?
I'm just wondering more on the logistics of it. So because if you're planning to put envelopes on expired doorsteps, that requires a lot of extra prep work, obviously, in putting together the envelopes, but also kind of plugging in each of the addresses into your navigation system, so you're being efficient with your time and driving and everything. So
yeah. One of the things that I did whenever I was pulling them off, I actually I had a map that actually had what do you do when the plastic type thing that you can draw on. You know, you have a
Laminated.
Like a dry erase.
laminated. That's the
Yeah.
word. I had, you know, within a few mile radius, probably, I think I was more like around 10 miles. You might even be less than Houston, right? I mean, but I had about a 10-mile radius. And whenever the expires would come off, and I kind of knew those areas, I would actually exit, put an X where they were. And then what I could do, David, is I could draw my route, you know, by having it on that map. I could actually draw my route where I'm not zigzagging over here and then back over there and then, oh, let me go back over here. I actually have it laminated. And when it would come off, I'd just X them out as they were coming here, that one, that one, that one. And then I would just draw my map of where I was going to go and bring it all the way. You know, I did a big circle and brought it all the way. I wouldn't get all of them right because there were just too many. So I think what you've got to do, David, is you might take a 2-mile radius or a 5-mile radius and say, okay, this is where I'm going to drop them off and not worry about the rest of them. If you make those calls and you make the calls around, you know, where you drop them off and you're finished with that and you still want to call some more, where you still got plenty to call that you didn't go drop off, right? And if anybody answers, you can say, hey, listen, would you like me to drop off a package, or would you like me to do this or do that? And you can always ask them if they would like to have. And if they say yes, I mean, to me, that's a yes. I want to talk to you also. And so, but that's what I did for the logistics. I had a laminated map where I X'd out all the expires that came off, and then I drew my route.
Okay.
As far as the packages, it's all generic packages. There's no like personalized nothing. Just stuff
Yes,
about.
I mean, yeah, don't make it the big deal. That's why it didn't take of course, I had 3 young kids that I made, you know, stuff them, right? You know, you can offer them pizza, man, and they're all about stuffing, or their friends come over and do the stuffing. I mean, again, just have a pizza party, David, if you got kids. I don't know if you got kids, or go rent some kids or something. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, just have a pizza party and have a stuffing pizza party, and you'll get it done pretty quick. Used to do that with my geographic area whenever back then, we didn't man, am I dating myself? We didn't have the internet to be able to do emails into a geographic area. So I did a newsletter, but every once a month into 1,500 houses. But I would have a pizza party at my house when I would get them all done and have all them kids just rolling them up, put a rubber band and put them in a bag and get those done real quick. So you can utilize your kids or utilize somebody's kids to be able to help you out and get those done pretty quick.
Thanks.
Good stuff. Yes.
Yes. Of course.
All right. Well, any other comments or anything? That was about 30 minutes worth. And so any other thing that I can help you with right now? Okay. Well, if not, then I will see you next week, next Tuesday, if you're here, and I'll see how you're doing with your list and your Christmas list. Are they naughty or nice? You know, are you checking your list twice? All that kind of good stuff. All right, guys. Thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
See you next Tuesday.
Got it.